Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to Propaganda with Mick and Jacob. Is Candace Owens going off the deep end? Maybe a little bit.
I saw some of the stuff she like tweeted or like posted about like Charlie Kirk. That sounds like she's going a little crazy.
Recently, she just posted some text threads between her and Charlie. Obviously, private messages. It was literally iMessage. And he was fangirling over a Kanye West song, a Ye song, with Nicki Minaj and Jay-Z in it. It's the song Monster. Honestly, and everyone was freaking out. They were saying, why would you do this to this man? Candace, don't expose him like this. And I have an opinion about that too, but honestly, this falls right in line with exactly how I imagine Charlie Kirk to be. I could totally see him. He's just a goofy, nerdy dork. I think he totally would. That just the way he was texting and the way he was like fangirling about it, and that would totally be music he would listen to. It just falls right in line with what I would imagine him to be like.
I guess so. Yeah.
I was surprised when people were surprised that he.
Well, I saw a lot of people comparing and contrasting. There's a clip of him going around where he says that like rap culture is like destroying America, and it's like having a really negative effect on the people, especially the youth of America. But then they were like, oh, he's like fake because he's listening to rap or whatever on his runs. I was like, okay.
So he's just a hypocrite. I don't know. He seemed to become more and more moderate as his career continued. I think he was very hardcore at first, and then I think slowly he got introduced to rap, and the dude liked it. Okay, whatever. I'm going to read you the text messages in case you haven't had a chance to see them. But Candace posted this on X, and she tweets, 2018 was such a ride. Charlie went from not knowing the difference between Jay-Z and Kanye to texting me like this on his daily runs. Everyone in politics was fake and gay, but at least we had hip-hop. Oh my gosh. Charlie sent a screenshot of his home screen, and he's listening to Monster by Kanye West, and he goes, yeah. Candace says, OMG, Nicki's verse on that is the best. And then they're quoting some of the verses. Charlie uses this emoji with a smiley face. I feel like it's just so him. I don't know. I never knew him personally, obviously, but I feel like that falls...
This is bad. She should not post it. This is embarrassing. Let the man rest in peace, honestly. Like, what's the point of posting this?
Well, yeah, I was going to say, okay, I understand your... whatever, post it. But she's sitting on her show every day saying she has all of these text threads about proof that he was anti-Israel and he was coming around to Catholicism. She has all this proof. Post those text threads. Why are we posting him queening out to Monster?
I think she's like grieving. I think, well, first off,
I was gonna say
first off, my thing is like there had to have been some sort of a relationship between them that was like not entirely public. At some point.
You think so?
Oh, 100%. Not even a question in my mind. I don't know how long he's been married to Erica, but there was a while there. Remember where he and... How long?
It was like 2018 they got married.
This is 2018. I don't know. Candace and Charlie seemed really close. Like,
They did.
Candace likes to make them sound like they were like brother, sister. Anyways, I wonder if there was some secret relationship there. Not important. I'm saying, like, why does she post this? Like, and like you said, she has all this good evidence and stuff that she says she's sitting on and is waiting to release. Yeah. And the public still really wants to know what happened to Charlie Kirk, and she's going to post this?
Right.
Like, I think she's grieving.
I thought the same thing. Yep. I thought the same thing. I think her friend was murdered and she's missing her friend. And
I'm sure she's getting threats and she's waking up to things and realizing, like, she needs to be careful and a lot of things are happening. Yeah. And it's probably setting in for her. Nick Fuentes responded, "You didn't have to expose him like this."
The one thing the first comment that we see is Nick Fuentes. I mean, yeah, he's...
Yeah, I just don't know why she feels the need to do that. And it's almost sad because I wonder if it's coming from a genuine place of grief and, like, frustration, like she's hit a wall, like she doesn't know what to do. But come on.
Well, it sucks because this is a super normal thing when someone loses someone they love. You know, of course you're going to be rereading text messages and I'm shocked she scrolled all the way back to 2018, but I mean, when you miss someone, I'm sure she's sitting there just at times inconsolable, and it sucks that she is such a public figure that everyone has to witness it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening. But yeah, if we're gonna be posting stuff, if we're gonna be making him look like he's a Nicki Minaj fan, let's post let's back some other stuff up here, Candace. If we're gonna be posting text threads just willy-nilly. So you think that's pretty gay?
I didn't say it was gay.
Everyone's like, don't expose him like that.
Yeah.
Expose him what? That he's
fangirling to Nicki Minaj?
See, to me, again, I think he's kind of a dorky guy.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. The thing that I was saying, like, on X, like, the hypocritical part doesn't stand as much to me. Like, he can say rap culture is destroying America and still enjoy it, or he could still listen to a song every once in a while, and it could still be true. He could still enjoy it, and it's ruining America, you know? I think what's ruining America more than listening to a song is actually getting like, influence and getting your culture and your ideas from a song and then acting them out like we see a lot of rappers do and a lot of their, like, fan base, you know? I don't think him listening to the song is the biggest, like, hypocrisy I've ever seen, but I just saw a lot of people, like, super upset about that, which I think is funny.
Yeah.
But it is, like, why are we, like, 2018, who, like, why does she feel the need to, like, there is a certain point where you're just, like, when someone dies, you, like, let them rest, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we should stop talking about if there was a conspiracy or the assassination or who's behind it, what's going on. Never stop talking about that. But, like, this, it's like, what are we doing here?
It is kind of like, wait, what?
This is like a she's celebrating his birthday and is, like, making fun of her friend. Like, oh my gosh, look at 2018. Right. Not like he just died, like, a month ago. Like,
I think this would have gone over better, right, exactly, if it was some kind of birthday celebration and she was like, LOL guys, look at Charlie Queen's out to Nikki.
Right, but it's like he's
and
dead
then he
now.
could tweet it back and make fun
like,
of,
let him rest. I don't know.
But bro can't even do anything about it.
Yeah. 33,000 likes on the Nick Fuentes response.
I guess everyone agrees.
Anyways, she might be going crazy. I heard that she had, like, some other takes. Like, people were talking about it next, like, oh, like, she thought, like, Trump could be behind it, or, like, this, or I don't know.
She has been saying that she no longer stands with this Trump administration.
Right, which I'm like, that's great. If that's true, then say it. Like, it's hard to she just keeps going, It was trans people, it's the left, it was Israel, now it's Trump, now it's this person, well, now he was in correspondence. Like, have some sort of genuine theory and work with it and run with it. You can't just constantly switch to who killed Charlie Kirk, you know? And I'm not saying she should stop looking into what actually happened, but it does seem like she's grasping at straws at this point. So.
Or there's just an information overload and she doesn't know where to.
That's true.
Dig deeper.
She's just
I don't know.
Test every theory.
Yeah,
I'm not blaming her for it. I'm just, you know.
I just keep hearing that she has concrete proof. She has concrete proof. She has text threads, text messages. She has concrete proof that he said XYZ and he was leaning down this path. And let's maybe show
and she
that.
Hasn't provided a lot
and
of it.
she, doesn't really, there's not a lot of bite to her bark when it comes to that. But anyway, so moving on. Perfect little segue. I wanted to talk about this last week in our last episode, but we got carried away with the Gen Z poll that the NBC came out with, that we value having kids more than getting married. It was a whole thing. You'll have to listen to the last episode. It's the one before this. But anyway, this is kind of old news right now, and I didn't want to hop on the bandwagon of criticizing Erica Kirk, but I've gotten to a point where she just, it's too much to defend. So Erica Kirk, she accepted the Medal of Freedom a few weeks ago on behalf of her deceased husband, Charlie Kirk. Trump awarded him it posthumously. Did I say that right? Posthumously. Trump awarded it to Charlie posthumously. And I just kept seeing videos of her then showing the medal to TPUSA team members, which is, I think that was honestly like the right move to do. You know, they also helped Charlie. They were friends with him too. They deserve to see it. But then she's sitting in these videos and she's all smiley, giggly, laughing. I mean, you know where I'm going with this. it's too much at some point. And then it was also announced that she's also scheduled to speak at the University of Mississippi on October 29th. By the time you're hearing this episode, that'll be pretty soon, alongside with Vice President J.D. Vance. And it feels like too much too soon. How are you speaking to crowds of thousands after your husband was just assassinated? It will never make sense to me. And I know everyone says that she's drawing from God's strength. And honestly, correct, God can give you strength. I think we do need to give some credit to that, but right now we're giving way too much credit to her flesh. She's still a human being with emotions and a soul, and she's not this superhuman. She's not Jesus Christ himself, who just all of a sudden just, all right, time to work mode. No, her husband just got murdered, and she still has kids to take care of.
It's strange to me too. I mean, we've talked about this in other episodes too, but like, and everyone says you can't criticize her grieving. Oh, it's like, don't judge and that, and it's like, okay, but she's like laughing and cheering and like at this award and this speech, and she comes out to like fireworks and like her own anthem at his memorial, and it's like, you'd think there'd be a little bit more like
a period of grief.
Yeah. Like a quietness and like a respect, like a looking back, appreciation for his life and what he did, not just like, I don't know.
Well, then she's a CEO and board member of TPUSA. Correct move, by the way. I don't think it should have been given to anyone else. But then I'm like, okay, now she's running this entire organization. She's speaking at all of the events. Yeah, where is the time for some quiet, for some grieving, for some taking care of her kids? It just shocks me every time. I'm like, Erica, girl, like, is she okay? I don't know. If my husband went out like that, I don't know what I would do with myself. Again, God's strength, I'm sure he is giving her strength. I'm not saying he's not, but we're giving too much credit to the fact that she's still a human being. She's not, again, like I said, a superhuman that just all of a sudden doesn't feel any emotions.
Yeah.
And that's not to say she can't cry privately. I'm sure she does. But I also, I don't know, this gets into all these conspiracy theories, but she just doesn't seem like she's actually grieving. I think that's what it kind of boils down to is, yeah, you would be inconsolable if your husband went out like that, and she's not. Why? She's also getting up and speaking at these events with a full face of makeup, which I get it. You're on camera, this is being broadcasted to millions of Americans. I understand. But it's the choice in how she presents herself. And I'm going to be careful with this because I can already see the comments being so mad. I am the first person to defend what a woman chooses to wear or what she chooses to look like, to a fault sometimes, okay? I do admit. But I also do believe that clothing sends a message. And it sends, what are you looking at me like?
Where are you going with this?
I think clothing sends a message. And especially when you're a public figure, you have to understand that. Melania Trump is someone that really understands that well. And her and her team do. So when you're at this Medal of Freedom acceptance and you're accepting it on your husband's behalf, there's a time to dress a certain way. Did you see what she wore to this?
No.
I should pull up the picture so you know what I'm talking about. There's a time and place to wear things. I'm not saying what she wore was inappropriate or bad or immodest. I would honestly wear that. But again, I'll always believe clothing sends a message. And when you're a public figure, you would understand, you and your team would understand that. So when you decide to wear a black mesh, almost a lingerie looking top to a acceptance, what do you think?
I don't know. I honestly wouldn't have said anything. I don't know.
Really? It shocked me that she's
like
again, to anything else I wouldn't have batted an eye.
She should dress up more. Yeah.
But to this, like her bra strap is showing. It's like a black net mesh around her chest and arms. I'm not even saying it's sexy. It just feels very it's very
inappropriate for the occasion.
Inappropriate for the occasion.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfectly appropriate dress. I was shocked that that's what they went for. Like, she's supposed to be a grieving widow. Why are we worried about the bra strap show? I don't know.
You're the one who brought it up.
Give me something here. Do you agree, disagree?
No, I'm saying, like, why are you worried about it? She's a grieving widow. The same could be argued on that part.
No, I know. I'm just giving my opinion.
I think she should dress up more. If she's at the White House, if she's receiving an award, yeah, you should dress up more.
I don't know. She's the woman that got on Charlie Kirk's show saying that we need to dress up for church more, and it's unacceptable when we wear jeans to mass or jeans to church. And then this is what she wears, accepting a Medal of Freedom for her husband.
That's a good point.
I was like, girl, okay. Like, I was just surprised that that's the choice that she or her team or whoever dresses her went with. It's just not, it's not inappropriate, but it's also not classy. It doesn't fit the right occasion. It doesn't fit the message that she should be portraying right now. Mm-hmm. That she's a grieving, sad widow. And then it's just, it's everything in addition. It's all of the chunky rings and all of the, it's everything about the image. It comes off wrong to me. Do you kind of get what I'm saying?
I do, yeah. I get it.
Nothing about her tells me that she is sad about what is going on around her. And again, I know she's I would probably be worried about what I would look like too if I was on stage.
Yeah, I think you're being too harsh.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, I don't know. But your husband just died.
Yeah.
Maybe I am being harsh. Again, I'm to a fault. I hate the conversation around modesty. I think I really struggle with it. So this is like honestly not usual for me, but
I think she should wear something that's extremely classy when she's accepting an award for her husband's death.
Right.
That part's what I get. It might be just because I'm a guy. I don't care about the rings or the makeup. I don't know what that means. Like, it just doesn't.
No, okay, fair.
That does not matter. The fact that matters is that she's all like chipper and happy and like, woohoo, we just got this award.
Then I think it's like, more of like that in combination with everything. I think that's what I'm getting at. It's just a mixed like, wait, are we not? Did your husband not just get shot to death? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did not want to hop on this bandwagon, but
was everyone hating on her?
Well, everyone's been hating on her recently, but for everything.
Yeah. She
can't do anything right. She's too happy. She's looks too fake when she cries. Like, I do feel bad for her in that sense, but also I kind of agree. I'm like, yeah, you are too happy. And then when she does cry, it does feel really fake.
Yeah.
But all that to say, I don't know how I would act if I had to be in the spotlight. But then again, you could argue, do you need to be in the spotlight? Does she need to be at all these awards and all of these?
There would be something. Yeah, she should go to his memorial, his funeral, all that stuff. 100%.
Correct. Yeah. Doesn't mean she needs to speak though.
Right. And yeah, that's true too. And there's something to be said about her accepting the award for her husband. But like, it would be like a very strong message if Charlie and his wife's their very important message was family and tradition and protecting the family. There would be something to say if she was just with the kids, you know? I'm not saying give up on Turning Point or whatever, but like took a little step back from the public eye for a little bit. I think most people would be understanding for that. I think a lot of people would respect her actually in that.
Yeah.
And it is weird that they're this traditional family, supposed to be. And I know she has to pick up a lot now for him because he's gone, right? But it is like, now she's just front and center. Like, this her, I don't know. We might be judging too harsh, but I think you know what I'm saying. And it's, I don't know.
It almost seems like she's now the face of the organization, and they're, like, pushing it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
100% Turning Point's running with it. And I don't blame them either, because they still want to keep the organization running and have it be effective and have it be relevant. I totally get that.
Yep.
They shouldn't replace him with just some random dude in a chair. But, yeah.
I think it just... it's a combination of everything I've seen. I hope you know I'm not saying that she looked like a whore up there. I am not saying that whatsoever. Again, I would wear what she's wearing. It just feels wrong for the occasion.
You wouldn't wear it to that occasion, though.
No. I don't know. It feels just wrong. I don't know. Something about it just feels
Maybe
wrong.
I needed to, like, watch the whole speech and, like kind of see, you know, how she was acting.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of it might stand out to you more, you know, as women more than it does guys.
And I know she's probably getting so much hate, so I hate to add on to that and to pile on to that, but I had to say it. All right, so moving on from that, Sincerely American is a new podcast from The Conservator featuring the founder and CEO of The Conservator, Jamie Franklin, with the co-host and former Trump White House official and political commentator Cameron Kinsey. Awesome. From what I've seen, this podcast almost seems to be like the conservative call her daddy version. They're not talking about sex and vaginas in that way, but they're more political. But it just kind of feels like that vibe. Like they're trying to move into like that area. And it's smart. I don't think there's a lot of coverage in like that area for women in the conservative space. But anyway, they had an interesting take on therapy, and they claim that it's the worst thing that has happened in our country. I already know we're going to disagree on this. That's why he's smiling. Oh no.
I actually think this is my hottest take. I think therapy has been one of the worst things that's ever happened in this country, that people just en masse are going to therapy.
People nowadays treat therapy like going to church, and they make therapists their god, essentially.
When you go to a therapist, this person most likely is extremely removed from your life. So you are going in and a lot of times telling your truth, not the whole truth. The other person, say you're going in to talk about a situation, pretend Cameron and I are in a fight, and I go in to speak to a therapist, I'm only telling my side, and that therapist only gets to hear my side. They don't get to hear your side, for example. And so I think a lot of these therapists are really reinforcing a lot of toxic mindsets for these people instead of just dwelling on it and talking about it all day. It's just such a narcissistic way to live. I mean this, it might sound simple. Drink more water, get some exercise, find a real purpose in your life, eat a healthier diet, and go to church, and it will improve your life dramatically.
That's base. That's so good. What about that is wrong at all? Anything.
I had an issue with it. He's reading my notes. Don't read my notes.
Sorry. What about that is wrong at all? I'm not saying therapy is bad for everyone. A lot of people do go through very traumatic things, and they have PTSD or whatever. Or they're in stressful situations. I totally get that. It doesn't mean we should just get rid of therapy entirely. Every single word she just said is 100% true. Our generation is overly represented in therapy, right? All of us are on depression medications and anxiety drugs, and we're this and that, and always talking about our feelings, always seeking professional help for it. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And what she said about the narcissistic thing is also true. We are so wrapped up in our own feelings and our own thoughts and what is so special and important about me and to me and this and that. It's selfish too. And don't do the whole, I need to get better so I can be better for the people around me. I need to find myself so that I can better be the person who I'm supposed to be. Like, no, that's garbage.
I think two things can be true at once.
I already said that at the start. I know. Some people totally need therapy, and I get it.
I understand our generation does use it as a crutch. I think it's a bit harsh and it's dramatic to say that it's a narcissistic way to live, though. And that it's ruining our country. A
lot of people, the reason they go to therapy and the problems they bring to therapy, it is 100% from a narcissistic viewpoint.
Right, but then the therapist, there are good therapists out there that help them through that.
They're out there.
It's true. No, it's true.
They are out there.
A lot of therapists keep you in check, and they're not just sitting there agreeing with you. Yes, absolutely. Just like there's doctors that want to sit there and push 75 vaccines into your child. Mm-hmm. There's also doctors that disagree with that and are holistic.
Yes, so there's few of them. They're rare. They're out there, though. I 100% agree. If the therapist solves your problems, you don't keep going back to the therapist.
There is an issue in that.
Same thing with the doctors.
Yeah, correct.
If the doctor solves your problems, you don't keep going back to them.
Correct.
If the therapist says you're wrong, grow up, go do this, go be that, go talk to them, have a real mature conversation about whatever you're going through, you're not going back to them.
I don't like how she waters it down to black and white, though. That just eat better, go to church, yada, yada, yada.
It's a good place to start.
A lot of people have to go to therapy because of church and because of a relationship with food. No, I know I sound really woke and gay right now, but this has a soft spot in my heart because I understand that sometimes it's not as simple as just going to church.
People need help, and people 100%. And I'm not saying professional help is bad. the point she makes about our generation being over-reliant on therapy and talking about themselves and talking about their problems and needing drugs and medications to cope with it all, that is 100% true.
Right,
Like,
but just because some people abuse that system and therapy doesn't mean it's altogether bad.
yeah, her saying it's the worst thing in America, I don't know, or the worst thing that's happened in our country, that's...
I know, it's just
Can I say retarded? Her saying that that's the worst thing that's happened in our country, that is just the R word that I'm not allowed to say on TikTok. That is what that is.
Well, that was my point, that I don't like when we boil things down to just a simple solution. I don't think something like that is as simple as she's saying.
Yeah.
That was my whole take. Correct. It is true. Our generation, we are a bunch of just sissies. We are. Mm-hmm. It's sad. But there are people that genuinely do need it.
Yes.
And just like there are bad doctors, like I said, there are good ones. Therapists are a type of doctor.
Yes, and I know there's good ones out there. I 100% agree. And I see a point in there you made about marriages and relationships and friendships, and yeah, they can be helpful for that, 100%. A lot of the times they're not, but they can be. I
know a lot of people that their marriages, their relationships, there are good Christian therapists that have saved that.
I agree.
So we shouldn't take that.
We shouldn't throw away therapy entirely.
Right.
I get it.
But that's what she's getting to, is that it's ruining our country. We need to stop going to it.
And she's wrong about that. But I think what her take on it is 100% based. With Gen Z, with our reliance
we need more tough love, yes.
Yeah. Like, what happens is our generation, we don't feel good. And why don't we feel good? Because we're sad. And then why are we sad? Because of this. And then what do we need to do? We need to take a medication or a drug to not feel sad. Then once we're on that medication or drug, we have other side effects and we feel more sad. And then we have more problems. And then we lose our friends.
It's just a whole
and then
thing,
and then now I'm in therapy. Now my therapist is telling me to do this. And it's like, I know she's like, I mean, I don't think she was partly joking about it, but like, drink more water. Like, that's like a good place to start. Drink more water, go outside, and I don't know, walk on the treadmill, go lift weights, do something. Like, you'd be surprised how much better you feel.
I do agree with that. Yeah.
Eat good food. I don't eat that well. I eat pretty crappy food, I feel like.
I do too.
But like, when you eat good food, you feel better. You know, you just do. And I'm not saying that fixes if you're like a grieving husband or wife, or you just lost a kid, or that's not gonna fix that. I get that. But like, I think she made an overgeneralization about a very real point, especially, well, in America, but especially with our generation.
Yeah.
And I think that's totally fair.
I also don't like, though, that argument, because I think it can kind of lead to, again, I sound so woke and gay sometimes. I listen back to these things and I'm like, oh, okay, Mick, what side are you on?
Yeah.
I am Republican, I swear, or conservative.
Thank you. Say it again. Say, I am conservative.
I am conservative.
There you go.
Gosh, now I don't even know where I was going out. Okay. It can be toxic when we sit here and we shame other Christians for going to therapy. Well, church should fix it. Well, this should fix it. It's okay to go to therapy if you're a Christian, if you genuinely need it.
Yeah.
Like we said, yeah, you want to probably start with a better diet or exercise. That can help. But when there are bigger issues in your life, I think therapy can help. In the same way that you talk to a pastor about problems in your life. That's a type of therapy. He might not be a licensed therapist, but you use him as aid.
I have another point to make too. The therapy thing isn't the problem. They're talking about your feelings and your stuff. Like, yeah, you shouldn't overdo it and people are abusing it and it's ridiculous because it's selfish. But like, talking to someone about things, that's not the problem. Like, the problem today is we don't have family. We don't have close friends. We don't have mentors in our circles or in our groups or in our communities. We don't have good neighbors. We don't have, like, so it almost is like by culture, by society, a lot of people are forced to go have those conversations with therapists because they don't have anyone else to go to.
That's a
good
point.
Get that, and I'm sympathetic towards that as well. But it's like, when was the last time you took a little bit of accountability for your life, changed some things, thought through some things, made a difference? I'm not saying it's going to fix everything, but it is like, a lot of people simply go to therapy to just be validated and agreed with and told this.
See, I disagree. Nah. I think people need a push sometimes to get their life on track, and I think therapists will help and will tell them that. Good therapists. I'm not talking about all of them. There are some ones that will sit there and validate toxic and negative behavior, but some people are not as, what's the word for, I guess, determined as you or I, and they need a little help. Like you said, because we don't have the community, they might not have a good pastor they can talk to.
That's true. If you're looking for a little help, though, and you get it from the wrong source, you're going to be in a lot worse shape than you were before.
Right.
I think that's something important we got to remember, too. So
That's true, too. You make good points.
What she said, though, that's pretty good.
Whatever.
That's pretty good.
I don't like boiling complex topics down to as simple things. I don't like it, because then I think a lot of people get the wrong idea. Yeah. Especially when they have a platform, they have followers. You can't just be making overgeneralizations about topics like this. I think you have to be careful, because some people do need it. They're not as healthy as you or I. Eating good food isn't going to help. It could help a little bit, but...
I'm not saying what you're eating is, like, going to fix it. But, like, her point of, like, starting somewhere.
Yeah.
Drinking some water, getting some exercise, that's a good place to start. Like, honestly. Even if it doesn't fix whatever you're doing, it might help you. You know, might make you feel a little better. It's like when you don't feel very good, so you, like, stay home from school or work, and you just kind of, like, call in, and then you end up feeling, like, worse that day. You, like, get more sick. Like, when you lay down on the couch and, like, take a break and you're not feeling good, you, like, feel worse. You feel more... It's, like, it's similar to that. I'm not saying it's the exact same thing. But it's, like, sometimes you do just need to push through things, or get going with things, or change the way you're thinking, feeling, doing whatever you're doing. You know?
Absolutely.
Like,
when someone is...
Make adjustments and make changes to your life to better it. 100%.
Right. You're not depressed because you've been sad for a week or two. You're probably just in a slump. You don't need to go to therapy and take a bunch of pills. And I agree. Some therapists do just immediately push, okay, you're taking this. All right, have fun with that. That's wrong. I don't agree with that. But I also don't agree with saying that therapy is like, going to therapy is a narcissistic way to live, and it's been ruining this country. I think that's too broad.
I think it's extremely negatively impacting our generation.
Just because some people abuse it, though, doesn't make it altogether wrong.
No. I agree. That's why I stated at the start.
So we agree.
No, we don't.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, anyway. Go to therapy, don't. That's up to you. All right, well, I think that's our cue to shut up. Time for us all to touch some grass, eat better, drink some water. But before you do, subscribe and follow Propaganda on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And we'll see you next Tuesday.